These brand new scooters are going to be hitting the market in 2024. So let's have a look out and see what we've spotted at Kymco Motorcycle Live. Quick note, this is a list for new for 2024 models only. A number of the big hitters weren't really updated past like paint and stuff like that. So they're not really considered brand new. So we're going to keep to the brand new models for 2024. At number 10, we have the Lambretta Elettra or the BMW CEO2. So we start off our list with a bit of a predicament. On one hand, we have the BMW CEO2 electric scooter, but that is classed by BMW itself as an e-parkourer as opposed to being a scooter. And despite being twist and go with 11 kilowatts of electric power and a hefty price tag, it's not the step-through style that would grant it a solid spot on the list, and it's called an e-parkourer or whatever that is. So we're not going to dwell on that one for too long. Our alternative option is a gorgeous yet concept Lambretta Elettra. We first saw that at Kymco 2023, and it's a true combination of the classic retro design but reimagined with a modern eye. It's got a rear section that lifts up as a solid unit, and that exposes the internals within. First up was the 11 kilowatt or 15 brake horsepower electric motor, and that provides a top speed, they say, of roughly 68 miles per hour. And you've also got a 4.6 kilowatt hour lithium battery housed within and a built-in charging cord. So I'd imagine the batteries aren't removable. As a statement of intent, the Lambretta Elettra follows its eternal rivals in Piaggio and Vespa and their initial electric releases, which was the Piaggio 1, the Vespa Elettrica. And it goes without saying that Lambretta's concept electric scooter will go through the final steps of conceptualization before becoming a fully fledged and functional electric scooter. So it will change a little bit. I mean, even the hand grips look like they aren't hand grips at all. But it's a glimpse into the future, so we'll await the final version. We'll also need to find out the full specs and price before we comment any further. So moving on, we've got number 9, the Vmoto CPX Pro. So we'll stick with electric for now, and first seen at Kymco was the Vmoto, or formerly Super Soco, and their new CPX Pro range, which has updated the CPX range mostly to the motor and allows that top speed to go up to 65 miles per hour and allows you to potentially conquer some faster roads. Very good for us here out in the sticks, out in the middle of nowhere, because when you start getting to slow roads, not quite good enough at just 40 miles per hour or so. In any case, the 8 kilowatt motor is quoted as providing an 100 kilometer range or around about 60 miles, of course, no doubt in eco mode, with a 60 volt, 90 amp hour double lithium battery that charges in around 7 hours or 3.5 hours per battery. Previous model didn't quite have enough power to really conquer the faster roads, so this could be a very important update for Vmoto. A few bits of spec as well. Seat height is quoted at 925 mil on the spec sheet, which is really high for a scooter, but they say that's the R point, which is your theoretical hip height in the seat. So I'd say the seat height is probably about, 840. And the weight is a total 143 kilograms. Brakes are combined, and it runs on 16-inch front wheel with a 14-inch rear. There's also a reverse assist feature, so you can flick it in reverse and probably go backwards just as fast as you go forwards. Probably not. And a USB port up front as well. I'll also quickly mention that Vmoto at Kymco had a concept that really stood out, though that was on a raised podium. And it was the Power of the Air APD Max with sleek lines drawn from time in wind tunnels for peak aerodynamic efficiency. It looks a little bit like the BMW CEO4, but it impressed and could sign what Vmoto are up to for the future. At number 8, we have the Sym ADX TG 400, and this is going to be a new adventure maxi scoot, which is hopefully going to hit the market, following what seems to be an ambitious trend that was arguably started by Honda with the XADV as a concept in around 2015. This is also followed by the ADV 350 from Honda more recently, and it combines the adventure and scooter segments, which is weird, but it has proved to be quite a popular merger. Sym's ADX TG 400 is the latest with rugged looks and day-to-day scooter appeal. A 399cc single cylinder with 4 valves and liquid cooling puts out a maximum power of 35 brake horsepower and 37 newton meters of torque. Plus the scooter is fitted with long travel upside down suspension, knuckle protectors, a belly pan, a large screen, all-terrain Maxxis tyres, and that's on the front 15-inch wheel and a 14-inch rear wheel. You'll also get LED lighting and a USB socket so you can charge your device on the go. And whether you're heading to the shops or heading off-piste to see really how much adventuring can be done, you can switch off the Bosch ABS for the rear wheel. And that's a first for Sym. Again, no price or availability is confirmed for this scooter just yet, and there are a growing number of alternatives on the market. So the price will have to be right to tempt riders in, and at this point, it's unclear if we'll even see it in the UK at all. So stay tuned and we'll find out. Now, chances are if you're watching this video and considering getting yourself a brand new scooter in 2024, it's pretty likely that you're going to need to get an insurance quote for your scooter. Now, when that time comes, make sure to visit lexhaminsurance.co.uk or click the link in the top right-hand corner now. Lexham have been providing motorcycle and scooter insurance for well over 22 years now and are home to several insurance schemes for scooterists and motorcycle riders. So when the time comes and you need to get insurance, whether for a new scooter or just an alternative renewal quote for your current one, make sure to get your quote directly with Lexham and see if you can save yourself a few quid on your insurance. In at number 7, we have the Italjet Dragster 559 Twin. So last year we saw the 500cc concept, and this year was the reveal of an absolute monster of a machine in the Dragster 559 Twin. Now, despite the fact that it's technically a scooter with a step-through frame, the lines are blurred a little bit with a 6-speed transmission, manual, with a slipper clutch and foot pegs, making this seriously aggressive scooter even more of a head turner when you delve deeper past the sharp and raucous styling. With a liquid-cooled 550cc twin cylinder with 8 valves and double overhead cams, the unit produces 58.3 brake horsepower and 55 Newton meters of torque, and it sits at the heart of this monster, making it one of the most powerful scooters due to ever hit the roads. It's also beefed up further with twin Brembo brakes up front, Pirelli Diablo tyres and 180 kilograms of dry weight. We're expecting this one to be available for purchase towards the end of 2024 and also available in an A2 license restricted format. And pricing is yet to be announced officially. So do you have any predictions on the final cost? Let us know in the comments down below. And do you even like it in the first place? Let us know. Number 6, we have the Vespa Primavera and Sprint. Despite this list being reserved for new models in 2024, I'll quickly add in the Vespa Primavera and Sprint right here. Both have seen some big styling updates and improvements to materials all round to further the premium feel. However, the big news here is that as well as being available as your typical combustion engine, you'll also now be able to get it in an electric version in 2024. This will only be up to 30 miles per hour in a moped format, but quite interesting nonetheless. The battery is due to be housed under the seat, and further information on the exact specification and figures are due to be confirmed in the near future. In any case, these premium scooters share quite a few components. Both have steel frames, and they'll be available in a number of trims and finishes, as is the Vespa way. There's also updates including a keyless system and a 5-inch TFT display on the Primavera tech. Plus you get a new switchgear, hand grips, style tweaks, and new materials for the seat elsewhere. In at number 5, we have the Hero Xoom 125R. Now, Indian firm Hero placed 5th in this list, and it's a new manufacturer to us here in Bike Matters, and no doubt to a lot of you in the UK. And that's the Xoom 125R, which is looking likely to find its way to UK shores via importers in MotoGP. At least that's what we figure, and we're going based on a MotoGP social media post that they shared regarding Hero. So it seems like this could be a scooter that's destined for UK scooter fans to enjoy. Despite seeming like a fairly ordinary scoot on the face of it, delve a little bit deeper and Hero seem to be putting in quite a bit of work here. And we'd expect this to be released at a very competitive price should we see it launched in the UK. A 125 air-cooled single cylinder provides 9.37 brake horsepower and 10.14 Newton meters of torque. Bluetooth smartphone connectivity features, as well as projector-style headlights with corner bending features, which is quite a motorcycle thing, to be fair. And should the April 2024 launch date in India be reached simultaneously here in the UK, it could be a great option for budget scooterists, provided the price is right, which I'm sure it probably would be. In at number 4, we have the Kymco CVL6, and it's another new scooter from Kymco. And should this adventure scoot land in the UK, it could be a seriously tempting proposition for any scooterist who would happily chuck pannies and a top box on their scooter, step through and go to some lighter trails, or heavy trails if you really fancy, I don't know. Now, this one was revealed at EICMA 2023, and the looks do seem to be a little bit divisive. Brett here at Bike Matters isn't too keen, but I think it has quite a nice little look to it. You get dual LED projector lights, upside down forks, and it packs a surprising amount of power with the liquid-cooled 550cc parallel twin, which makes 52 brake horsepower and around 55 Newton meters of torque. In fact, Kymco fans, you will recognise this motor from the AK550, and if you want to see a younger Brett do the review on that, click through to watch that review. Other spec on this adventure scoot includes twin Brembo discs up front, a new lightweight frame, dual purpose hoops, a TFT display with smartphone integration, and a seat setup that looks like it will be capable of scooting around town, as well as having something for your legs to grip onto if you find yourself on rougher terrain. Now, there's no price or confirmation of arrival date naturally just yet, but given the AK550 is just around about £10,000, we'd expect this maxi adventurer to be about the same price. That is, if it ever lands in the UK. At number 3, we have the Italjet Dragster 300. And this is exciting news as we return to Italy for the Italjet Dragster for our number 3 spot. But this time it's for the 300 variant that's set to land as soon as early 2024, with January penciled in. Now, Brett reviewed the Dragster range for Bike Matters and found the lack of acceleration and top speed one of his main drawbacks on an otherwise impressive scooter. But you can take that from him directly, his reviews in the top right. It's looking like the tried and tested Vespa GTS power plant will feature a 278cc HP single cylinder with liquid cooling and 23.8 brake horsepower and 26 Nm of torque, though it may be tweaked for use in the sporty Italjet frame. Wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Pricing is expected to match the Vespa GTS 300 Super Sport, which is around £6,000 for UK riders. I'd imagine it might be a little bit more than that because the Italjet is a little bit more je ne sais quoi, you know what I mean? Now, continuing the sports scooter vibe is the exposed trellis frame, of course, the single-sided swing arm, of course, both Italjet signatures, and the revised rear suspension is very likely to have dual channel ABS with Brembo calipers as well. So stay tuned for more, but this could be a very intriguing option. And finally, the sharp style could be met with equally sharp power and the light 128 kilogram weight. Let us know in the comments if you're excited for this one. Now, in at 2, and stepping slightly away from the frills and spills of a sports scooter market and into the realms of budget-friendly, no-frills commuting, we have the Kymco Skytown 125. There'll also be a 150cc version away from the UK market. Now, we do await full confirmed spec and pricing on this one, but at this stage, it seems like Kymco has positioned this scooter to line up against the budget options, including Yamaha's RayZR and Suzuki's Bergman 125. And other scooters of similar nature. Now, we'll expect this Skytown to fit well within the CBT restrictions, of course, with the motor creating 8.1 kilowatts or 11 brake horsepower and 9.8 Nm of torque for a scooter that tips the dry weight scales at a respectable 117 kilograms. Now, potentially keeping costs low, we also see a CBS system, combined braking system, used for the brakes. The 150cc setup does have ABS though, and the disc brakes both at the front and rear of the scooter. And that's quite interesting as a number of budget scooters usually opt for a rear drum brake just to cut costs. So, interesting move. The Skytown does also have an LCD display unit as standard and a USB port, which is always handy and adds that little bit of class. Other specs include a 7-litre tank, 770mm seat, and neutral styling for it to appeal across the board. You could say it's a little bit dull, but given the right price point, this could prove a very simple yet effective commuting scooter. And drumroll please, number 1, we have the Yamaha RayZR. So at number 1 for new scooters in 2024 for Bike Matters, we've put the brand new Yamaha RayZR. This one will make use of the same frugal air-cooled 125cc blue core motor which is found in Yamaha's Delight scooter, but with added tech in power assist for faster acceleration as well as start-stop tech for increased frugality. Power and torque sits at 8 brake horsepower and 9.7 Nm of torque respectively, and though that doesn't sound too spectacular, the total weight does sit at 99 kilograms wet with a small 1280mm wheelbase. So all things considered, it should be nice and nimble for short distance hops around your local urban sprawl with some sharp styling to match and just nice and nimble to nip around on. I haven't got to the real selling point yet either, and that's the price. Now this brand new RayZR starts at £2,300, which is seriously competitive, and it takes the battle of the budget scooters right to the Chinese and the alternative options out there, which again could include the Bergman Street 125EX, which is £800 more expensive, or the Venice 125, which is £500 more expensive. We did review both of these Bike Matters, so check out our channel and subscribe so you can stay up to date if you fancy it. It's an ideal blend here of budget parts but with Yamaha reliability, and it's set to be available from March 2024. This will without a doubt shift a considerable number of units in the UK, particularly for those who are after a budget runaround that still comes with 21 litres of underseat storage, LED lighting and an LCD dash, but it keeps the cost low with basic parts like a rear drum brake and a unified braking system. So maybe someone with an R1M is going to get one of these just to nip to the shops on. But that just about rounds up our top 10 list of the best new scooters for 2024. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments down below what you think and which one you think is going to sell the most next year. If you love a top 10, then check out our channel for more and subscribe so you can keep up to date with what we're up to. Got loads on the way. And as always, thanks for watching. Our next video is going to be 125cc scooters for 2024 and which ones we think are the best. So again, if you subscribe, you get to watch that as soon as it's released. Hopefully, I'll see you there. Ciao.